The Bureau of Land Management has announced that it is concentrating on renewable energy projects in 11 western states that could meet the federal stimulus funding deadline. I'm Steve Coffey.
There are a number of projects. There are fast-track projects, including a wind project in Oregon. There are geothermal projects and transmission projects and solar projects. These are the projects we think stand the best chance of getting started and getting approval to meet the December 2010 deadline for funding under the Recovery Act.
BLM Public Affairs Specialist David Quick says they have 31 renewable energy projects now on the fast track for approval. There are 14 solar projects, 3 geothermal, 7 transmission, and 7 wind projects.
There's environmental assessments that have to be done, and just various paperwork that needs to be looked at. But these are the projects that are far enough along that give us hope that they're going to make it in. Large concentration of this is in California and Nevada in solar, but there are also wind projects there. But there is one project in Crook and Deschutes counties, West Butte Wind Power in West Butte.
The West Butte Wind Power project is a joint venture between R2 Energy and Pacific Wind Power. John Stahl is with Pacific Wind.
Well, it's been on the fast track for about a year now, and we were originally going to do an environmental analysis. Ran into a lot of the local opposition from the local BLM office, so now they've converted us from an environmental analysis to an environmental impact statement. So that's added time to it, but they're promising me a decision by July, so we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Stahl says the plan is to build up to 152 wind turbines about 30 miles east of Bend.
All of this is on a 10,000-acre private ranch owned by the Singhose family, and the only reason I need a permit from BLM is I've got to cross out of the 8-mile access road. I need to cross about 3.7 miles of their land using an existing road and bring my power line out to a Bonneville power line the same way. So that's how I kind of got involved in their clutches.
There have been delays in getting approval because of concerns over sage grouse in the area.
And nobody really knows for sure whether the wind activity is going to bother the birds or not, and they certainly don't fly high enough to get killed by the wind turbines. It's about 150 feet off the ground, the lowest tip of the blade. So.
And the grouse flies a maximum of 12 feet.
Well, yeah, maybe they can get 20 if they try hard.
So there's a lot of space there.
Yeah, there is. And they're worried about us disturbing their habitat, and they might move or something, pick up their bags and go somewhere else. It doesn't mean we're going to kill them. It just means that we might displace them. So
another person was telling me that they're a game bird out there.
Yeah, that's really has upset us quite a bit. They want us to spend literally millions of dollars to help the sage grouse, and right south of Highway 20, where our project starts at Highway 20 and goes north, you can hunt them across the highway. That's caused us a little bit of grief. So if they're really serious about the bird and talking about listing it and saving it and all that, then they should stop hunting it. They allow hunting it, and practically all the states in the West hunt them. If they're such an endangered bird, then they should first stop hunting them, see what that does to their populations.
John Stahl says the wind farm would generate 104 megawatts of electricity.
That will certainly run all of the power needs of most of the Central Oregon there. Yeah, well, when the wind's blowing in the afternoon or whatever, it does that. It needs to be backed up by firm power, but that's what basically Bonneville Power has been doing, is that is backing up the wind projects with the hydroelectric power out of the Bonneville Dam.
He says the $200 million project would employ about 100 people for construction, then 10 people full-time to run it. All in all, Stahl says it's an exciting project.
Yeah, it is. It's a very good location. It's kind of, it's 30 miles east of Bend, so it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Shouldn't be bothering anybody's views.
John Stahl of West Butte Wind Power. Fast-tracking in this case means that the BLM has assigned staff to work solely on these projects.
We've concentrated our bureaucratic resources in some renewable energy coordination offices. In the past, it's been something that people did in addition to a lot of other duties, and now there's a block of people in these offices that are now concentrating on these to make them happen much more quickly.
They say they're expediting us. I'm going to hold my breath.
I'm Steve Coffey. Take 5 is a presentation of News Talk 1110 KBND Radio News. Depend on us.